Yeah, well, before I came to AYG Solicitors, I was quite confident businessman, too confident about I can actually deal my T1 entrepreneur visa application by myself. Because not just, I think myself know the regulation of home office, but also I know a lot of Chinese friends who they identify themselves as a solicitor, which finally I find is actually not. They are only actually advisors. So I did get some advice from them, and also myself made the decision to make a series of mistakes about my application, which I think each of them can actually, like destroy my application. I made 3 big mistakes which can destroy my application directly, but I mean, luckily to AYG Solicitor, all these guys, they helped me to sort it out, and I got my visa back now, so which is totally out of my expect. Yeah, actually I made basically 3 big mistakes about my application based on I think I understand the home office regulation and also my friends' advice. The first one is I actually didn't have the enough employee time based on the hours calculation. And the second one will be even worse. Like my friend told me that actually I can do the application like 2 weeks after the deadline because it's fine. And also one big thing, I mean even worse, I actually renewed my passport during the application time, which I didn't tell home office. So any one of these 3 problems can clear my application directly. So yeah, I was even shocked based on this all these major big mistake. They can still help me to solve it. So it's amazing. To be honest, the reason why I choose AYG Solicitor is just because I have a friend, very close friend. During that time, I was very shocked by the decision from the home office regarding my employee time is not enough. And I tried to find some other very famous law firm, which they offered me a crazy price. I have to be honest. It's kind of like £50,000 first, and then start to go for my case. Because they know I'm Chinese, I have a business, and it might be worse to try, give me a try. But because I'm a businessman, or I can see I'm an okay businessman, I have a couple of business, so I'm not stupid. So I did talk with all these solicitors. So one of them was Yash from AYG Solicitors. He's a friend of my close friend. To solve any problem, it's not like because I do business, I do different kind of investment. To solve any problem, not just home office or visa, I believe it's all based on the logic ability or the thinking logical ability. So when I first time met Yash and talked to him, which the solution or his analysis based on my case or the solution he suggests, I think is logically reasonable. And also he offered me a reasonable price. and he make me trust he's someone understand what home office want and what I should provide to home office. Yeah, so that's the reason. I think the happy, why I work with Evergy solicitor, because every time when I met Yash and Diana, they always give me information which I think I can't, get by myself, and which logically reasonable and clear, which I believe it can solve the problem. And every time I met them, it's not just solve my problem of the visa, but I can learn things. To be honest, every time when I met them, I feel very happy. It's not just actually I was in a very awkward position every time I came to Evergy solicitor, because every time I came here, I got problem. Like find any of my big mistake. But every time when I actually get here, after talking with them, it makes me feel safe and confident, and also I feel okay. I learned things. So I think if I want to see the happiness to work with them, it's not just so of course it's very important for them to solve my visa problem, but the most happy thing is to actually work with Yash and Diana. It's more like we work as a team. Okay, like for every time I came here, Yash and Diana will tell me, say, Sean, if you can provide me this, 1, 2, 3, then I can help you. Okay, I said, okay, I will go back to try to get it. So that's more like we work as a team to do it. Actually, it was very dangerous for my business last year before I actually came to Evergy solicitors, because I due to have the risk to go back to China, which to have my business in very awkward position, and all the staff may be lost their job. And for this year, before I actually get my visa back, it's very rushed, because I haven't traveled back to China for 2 years, which have my Chinese ID experiment, which make my Chinese company can be closed and my Chinese staff can lose the job. So how can I say that? Basically, they solved my company, both UK side and Chinese side. And I think now will be quite bright for my company for both sides, because I am a free man. I can travel back to China and I can stay here in UK. So I think what they bring to my life would be the positive future of my company for both sides, China side and UK side. Well, I think, again, it should be Yash and Diana. I have to be honest, for the payment I paid to Evergy solicitor, I didn't expect I can work with the guys like Yash and Diana, because they really smart and think logically. That's very important, and their logic is very clear, which I even don't think I can find any of them if I pay £50,000 to very big law firm, because they will just have their associate deal with me, not the partners. Maybe the partner, I can only meet them for one time. That's it. It's the first time to have the deal and then associate. So, yeah, I think still, I think it's actually always about the people. Yash and Diana, they exceed my expect based on what I've paid to Evergy solicitor. I think that, if you did have problem of your application and you think yourself can't solve it, and you can't find someone else who actually solve it, or someone else, even they can solve it, they would ask you, okay, you need to pay £50,000 first to start the consultation. Then you should come to Evergy solicitors. Ideally, it's the first time you met Yash, and ask him, see if he can actually solve his problem. If he said yes, then I think you worth to try it.